Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
Sister wives, Janelle left Kody for a reason that wasn't what they said on the show. The star of Sister Wives, Janelle Brown, has never opposed polygamy and has always been in favor of it. She raised 6 children over her 29-year marriage to Kody. Janelle was Kody's favorite wife before Robyn came around, and everything was going well. But when Robyn showed up, things was completely different. Prior to marrying Robyn, Kody had 3 wives, all of whom felt abandoned and marginalized once she joined the family. During the pandemic, the situation deteriorated, and the stress ultimately caused the separation. The women clarified that their decision to leave Kody Brown was prompted by years of emotional distress and maltreatment. The untimely death of Janelle's kid in 2024 dealt her yet another painful blow. But as time went on, Janelle regained her independence and is now pursuing her goals. She became the primary provider for the Brown family for many years, earned a bachelor's degree in accounting, and established a successful business career. Janelle, who is inherently independent and laid back, has reverted to her previous self and is now concentrating on creating her own life. Sister Wives, Janelle's post-Kody dating experience. Janelle relocated to North Carolina and concentrated on her work after splitting from Kody. The diva confessed that although she wasn't initially interested in finding love, she is now receptive to romantic opportunities. A certain degree of healing was necessary for her, and now she feels ready. Janelle recently made it clear that she is a sexual creature and not asexual. Janelle clarified that she would be willing to explore it if the appropriate person entered her life. She isn't actively looking for love, though. Sister Wives, the true cause of Janelle Brown and Kody's divorce. After Kody began putting his 4th wife, Robyn, first, Janelle and him ended their 29-year relationship. In order to be closer to her daughter Madison, Janelle relocated to North Carolina after the divorce in order to concentrate on her goals and aspirations. She is adjusting to life after the split and growing her farm business. She had no choice but to stay married, even though she never wanted it to end. What, then, was the primary cause of the split? In season 19, Janelle refuted the notion that the breakup was the result of incompatibility and carelessness. She described how she detested Kody's issues with her children. During the epidemic, the problems got worse, especially when he clashed with Gabriel and Garrison. He wouldn't do anything to keep the family together, she continued, and that became the primary point of contention. She eventually reached her breaking point after enduring his carelessness for years, particularly during the pandemic. Janelle attempted to resolve the conflicts through mediation, but it was unsuccessful. Kody even ceased communicating with her sons. Kody wasn't even on good terms with Garrison when he died. All of the children supported their mother after the divorce, and Kody is now making a concerted effort to get back in touch with them, but it's not that simple. As we all know, Kody struggles with emotions, and the majority of them don't even reside in the same state. In contrast, Janelle is pursuing her goals and aspirations. Janelle Brown entered the Brown family as Kody's 2nd wife in 1993. Unlike Mary, who was legally married to Kody at the time, Janelle entered into a spiritual union. She wasn't raised in a polygamous household but embraced the lifestyle because she believed in the spiritual principle behind it. Over the years, Janelle had 6 children with Kody, Logan, Madison, Hunter, Garrison, Gabriel, and Savannah, and carved a unique place for herself in the family dynamic. Janelle's approach to marriage was different from the other wives. She valued her independence, built a career, and often chose practicality over passion. She once admitted on the show that she and Kody didn't have a deeply romantic connection but operated more like teammates raising a family together. Despite that, she was content, committed, and loyal to Kody and the family structure. But things began to change with the arrival of Robyn in 2010. Robyn Brown's entrance, a turning point. Robyn was the 4th wife to join the Brown family and the only one to legally marry Kody after he divorced Mary to adopt Robyn's children. While this move was presented as a legal technicality for adoption purposes, it shifted the entire family's balance of power. Robyn quickly became the preferred wife, not just in the eyes of fans but, seemingly, to Kody as well. This favoritism started to show more explicitly over time. Robyn and her children received more of Kody's time, attention, and emotional investment. While the other wives struggled to maintain a functioning plural marriage, Robyn appeared to enjoy what looked a lot like a monogamous relationship within a polygamist setup. Janelle was slow to speak up. She often focused on her work and children, letting the others battle it out. But behind the scenes, the cracks were forming, and widening fast. The COVID-19 pandemic, crumbling foundations. By the time the COVID-19 pandemic hit, the Brown family was already under stress. Christine was visibly unhappy, Mary had emotionally checked out, and Janelle was juggling her business, children, and trying to keep the peace. But Kody's reaction to the pandemic destroyed what little unity the family had left. Kody implemented strict COVID rules that were inconsistently applied. Robyn and her kids, who followed the rules to the letter, got the lion's share of Kody's attention. Janelle's sons, particularly Garrison and Gabriel, were criticized by Kody for not complying. One of the most heartbreaking storylines was Kody's estrangement from his sons. Gabe, especially, was shown weeping on camera after his father forgot his birthday. Garrison, who wanted independence, also found himself out of favor. Kody's rift with these two boys grew worse with time, and Janelle was caught in the middle. She tried to advocate for her sons, but Kody only dug in deeper. Janelle's breaking point, her children came first. Throughout Sister Wives season 17 and 18, Janelle began to voice her frustrations more openly. She explained that her core issue wasn't necessarily Kody's relationship with Robyn, it was how he treated her children. She watched him disconnect emotionally from their sons, show little interest in mending those ties, and then expect her to simply accept it. In one powerful moment, Janelle confronted Kody and said, "You act like it's my fault the boys don't want to see you. But you've made no effort." That moment encapsulated everything Janelle had been enduring silently for years. She didn't just feel neglected, she felt betrayed. Not on her own behalf, but on behalf of her children. When Garrison tragically passed away in 2024, it highlighted just how deep the fracture had become. Kody wasn't on speaking terms with Garrison at the time of his death, and fans were heartbroken that a father could let things deteriorate so badly. The emotional weight of this estrangement became too much for Janelle to carry. Janelle's personality, independent but loyal. One reason many fans struggled to understand why Janelle stayed so long is because of her fiercely independent nature. She's always been self-sufficient, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Yet she stayed in a relationship where she was neither prioritized nor emotionally fulfilled. But that's who Janelle is. She believes in commitment. She doesn't jump ship when things get hard. She honors her responsibilities and tries to make the best of every situation. Her loyalty to the family structure and the belief system was strong, but her love for her children was stronger. After the split, Janelle's new life in North Carolina. Once Janelle decided to leave, she moved to North Carolina to be closer to her daughter Madison. There, she embraced a slower, more intentional life. She began working on a farm, started focusing on her health, and even dabbled in social media influencing. Importantly, she clarified that she wasn't done with love. After some healing, she shared that she's open to romance again. "I'm not asexual," she explained. "If the right person comes along, I'm definitely open." It was a powerful moment that showed just how much she's reclaimed her identity. For years, she lived in Kody's world, now she's building her own. What TLC didn't show you, the subtle exit. While the show tried to present the breakup as a quiet and somewhat mutual decision, the reality is more charged. Janelle didn't just walk away, she was pushed emotionally to the edge. The show avoided some of the more intense details, like just how deeply Kody's pandemic behavior affected his sons, and how little effort he made to repair the relationships he destroyed. In interviews and online content after the fact, Janelle has hinted that she stayed silent for too long. That if she had prioritized her needs and boundaries earlier, she might have left sooner. This wasn't just a breakup, it was a liberation. The fallout, Kody's strained relationships with his children. Kody's relationships with many of his kids, particularly with Janelle and Christine's children, are now practically non-existent. After the divorce, almost all of the children sided with their mothers. Even Logan, Kody's oldest child with Janelle and once seen as a future patriarchal figure of the family, distanced himself. Kody's focus remains on Robyn and her children, leaving the rest of his family in the dust. He claims to want to rebuild those connections, but his actions suggest otherwise. And the emotional damage he's done may take years to undo, if it ever can be. What viewers think. The fans are Team Janelle. Across social media, fans have rallied behind Janelle. They admire her poise, strength, and honesty. Many believe she stayed longer than she should have, but respect that she left on her own terms. Viewers have called her the true matriarch of the Brown family and often express hope that she'll get her own spin-off show. In the aftermath of Garrison's death, sympathy for Janelle reached an all-time high. She not only lost a child but had to do so with little support from her former partner. Her grief, grace, and resilience have turned her into a symbol of strength. Conclusion: Janelle didn't just leave a man, she left a dysfunctional system. The real reason Janelle left Kody wasn't just about emotional neglect. It was about standing up for her children, reclaiming her peace, and choosing to live authentically. It was about recognizing that love without respect isn't sustainable, and that a man who can't prioritize his children has no place in her life. Janelle Brown's story isn't just a tale of divorce, it's a journey of rediscovery. She spent nearly 30 years playing by someone else's rules. Now, she's writing her own. While sister wives may continue to spin the narrative, fans know the truth. Janelle's strength wasn't in staying, it was in knowing when to leave. And in doing so, she didn't just find herself, she became a role model for women everywhere. From the beginning of Sister Wives, Kody Brown's financial management has been questionable. With 4 wives, more than a dozen children, and cross-country moves from Utah to Las Vegas to Flagstaff, the Brown family's financial structure was always precarious. At one point, they were paying multiple mortgages, rent, and investing in undeveloped land at Coyote Pass. For years, the family attempted to maintain the illusion of unity to benefit from TLC's paycheck, but cracks began to show. When Robyn legally married Kody in 2014, she became his sole legal spouse, a move that allowed Kody to adopt her 3 children from a previous marriage. But fans noticed that financial decisions seemed to favor Robyn, from her large home in Flagstaff to expensive decor, stylists, and a more luxurious lifestyle compared to the other wives. 1.2 The fallout of the divorce mass exodus. Kody is now only spiritually connected to Robyn, as Christine, Janelle, and Mary have exited the family in quick succession. Christine married David Woolley and built a life independent of the Browns. Janelle, perhaps the most practical of the wives, has also restructured her life, focusing on her wellness journey and children. Mary has launched her retreat business and is emotionally distanced from Kody. With 3 wives gone, the financial burden of the Brown family fell heavily on Kody&Robyn. Without shared income, plural support, or additional family members contributing to bills, they are likely living on a combination of residual TLC earnings, cameo appearances, and Robyn's unknown income streams. But is it enough? Part 2. Kody&Robyn reportedly ask for financial help. 2.1 Desperation behind closed doors? Rumors began swirling in mid-2025 that Robyn and Kody may be experiencing financial strain. Despite Robyn's home being paid for in part with family funds, maintaining it isn't cheap. Taxes, maintenance, and cost of living in Flagstaff add up, especially when there are no longer 4 incomes to pool together. Some insiders claimed Kody approached his ex-wives not just for emotional closure, but for financial assistance. In other words, the man who once called Christine selfish for leaving, and who told Janelle she was being disrespectful for standing up to him, may now be asking them for money. And the answer was reportedly a hard no, especially from Janelle. 2.2 Janelle Brown's get out moment. Janelle has always been measured, calm, and financially savvy. She's worked hard, often focusing on family budgeting, tax prep, and home management for years. But after her explosive 2022 argument with Kody, where she famously told him, "You're acting like a stranger." Fans began to see a different side of her. No longer was she the passive second wife, she became a woman determined to reclaim her independence. According to fan reports and theories sparked by recent episodes, when Kody&Robyn showed up at her place with emotional appeals or passive requests for help, Janelle reportedly told them to leave. And not in a gentle, loving way, but with firm finality. She had had enough.